Okay, so I wanted to pick up with there's one caveat out there. I fully accept that some of what I'm saying may be mistaken. However, I bought this television over a month ago now. Have made several communications and phone calls to tech support and customer service. And there are some caveats about this whole scenario that I still need to go over. So at this point, I'm still willing to accept that I may need to do some addendum videos and kind of, okay, in this video I said this and this. Well, I was wrong. Let me clarify. I'm not infallible, and anybody that says they are has already proven that they are in fact infallible, or that they are fallible. Excuse me. Case in point. Um, However, there is there's a big difference between where there's a certain level of willful ignorance. Oh no, when we said this, we really said that term to encompass this over here to cover our asses. Now, and sometimes some companies will say that's why we use that terminology, to cover our asses. So yeah, you're deliberately being obtuse, you're deliberately hiding information, you're being scummy, you're hiding behind things. Okay, you know you're hiding behind things. You know you're hiding behind legalese. You know you're trying to confuse the topics, and I would say the smart TV user interface. Where's my option for a non-smart TV user interface? Again, you feel that you found a way to force advertising into my home every time I turn the television on. Every single time I turn the television on, I have to go through your advertising. That's what you feel you found, and that it's lock, stock, and barrel, and you've got us all dead to rights, and we have to put up with this. And I'm going to tell you we don't. And I'm going to, as a consumer, light a fire under your ass as best I can, and get as many people involved as I can. But I'll get to that. So I ended up, as I talked with the manager on tech support, I did realize that I told them my apologies. This is really not something this isn't your problem. This TV was designed in a way by an executive who made the decisions to design it that way. That's the person I need to talk to. So, whoever you need to escalate this to, that's who I need to talk to. This isn't your problem. You guys, there's no way you guys can stop this. It's not an option. Even though you guys have already found me viable workarounds, and thank you for that. Again, it's stupid that a company an employee of the same company that's trying to force this, its own employees are working to have to find workarounds for their obnoxious product. Right there, that should tell you, Samsung, that you fucked up. You've done something really wrong in the way you're handling this. So that's what I asked for. I played phone tag with customer service. I called her up. I explained the issue, much like I did to tech support. And again, I used a lot of the same comparisons about, look, I don't expect to get inundated with audible advertisement the second I turn my a stovetop on. It's no different with my television. It's just another appliance. Okay. Now, if you want to hook up your refrigerator with a smart pad and the new smart refrigerators, and you want it to, as soon as you walk in the kitchen, you want it to start playing ads for you, and you want to set it up that way, that's fine. If that's your thing. Well, I'm not going to say that shouldn't be an option. That should be an option. But for those who don't want that, I'm not going to accept that. And again, here you have, and let me make the obvious argument, which I've sort of been dancing around before, the obvious comparison. Well, you own a Roku, and you have a Roku hooked up. You had a Roku hooked up to your old television. Did Roku not play ads? Well, Roku did have ads. Now, it did not have audible ads. And that's kind of the big difference. The two big key differences here are the audible invasion of my living room. The unwanted audible invasion of my living room by ads. That's the first thing. That's the first real problem that has to be dealt with. The second one is the fact that there are ads built straight into the user interface of the television. That's the second problem. Those are the two key points. Anything up until that point is debatable or understandable, or it's like, all right, you guys are being assholes, but I understand why. So yes, a Roku has ads because it's a service. It's an ongoing service. And so you pay the initial upfront $100 for a Roku. Well worth the money, by the way, if you don't have a smart television. And the interface, the background is going to kind of have ads in it. And then when you like the save screen where it's I have the space screensaver, and yeah, there's some ads down there, and of course there's science fiction tropes built in there. Yeah, you can call them ads if you want, whatever. They're not really. And that's fine. And there's a way to click on those ads to interface with them to go to that if you're interested in it. And when you go to the actual app screen where you can pick what app you want, yeah, there's ads off to the right side of the screen. I don't have a problem with that. That's the service I got when I bought a Roku. And Roku basically said, yeah, it's $100 basically for parts and the initial purchase. But from there, we kind of do need to have a continued revenue stream to be able to update and add more apps and keep the apps that we have up and running and things like that. And now some of that I know falls on the companies themselves' shoulders. But yeah, I knew that getting into that. And I didn't have a problem with that. Now, again, when I bought my television, though, with the smart features, there was no expectation of that. I was buying a television. Yes, it was a smart television, but now some televisions have Roku, specifically Rokus, built right into them. Okay, well, that's fine. If you buy a Roku, you know you're going to get some ads popping up in your interface. No, I didn't buy this expecting that. I honestly didn't. I had no idea that I was going to be inundated with ads from Samsung when I bought this smart television. And nor should I have expected to, because there's no indication that that's how it works on the box, other than other than possibly that real small print, and even that's not really, even that doesn't fully explain it. It's deliberately vague about what it's going to actually entail. So no, when we compare Roku to what's happening with this television, they're actually not the same, because the Roku does not do audible ads, period. Right there, that completely different ballgame. Roku also, now the Roku interface itself does have ads, yes. However, the Roku is not the television. When I go into a television, I don't expect to go into my basic television menu bar where I control the color and the contrast and all that, and I don't expect there to be ads there. Under no circumstances do I expect there to be ads there. That's not appropriate. For the same reason it's not appropriate for my refrigerator to start playing ads every time I open the door. Even visible ads. If I had a smart refrigerator, I would have a problem with that. I'd say, no, that's not okay. I'm not giving you permission to constantly stream ads into my living room. So that comparison I don't feel holds up. And I'm going to make another couple points here. I'm going to go ahead and pause this video now, and I'm going to pick up with another big comparison.